The girl's tired. I need my sleep. We're gonna start this. My camera is wonky. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie, and if you're new here, welcome. Today we are going to be tackling my TBR, well, my physical TBR. But I'm currently reading Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. It's This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. Okay, so I'm currently on chapter 2, actually. I read the prologue first, and then I read the first chapter last night. Obviously didn't get very far because I was tired. The girl was tired. I needed my sleep. We are on page 27 of This Summer Will Be Different, and so far so good. There's not really much to talk about. Our friend Bridget is getting married, and Lucy is the main character, but they call her B. I'm not really quite sure why. Maybe that's like a story later. I'm also gonna like probably start a new way of doing a reading journal so I can remember the book, because I feel like I have such a hard time remembering books. So I'm hoping that I can actually start this and start remembering some of the books, because I do remember The Boyfriend, but that's just because I just read it and just finished it. But yeah, for now, enough blabbing. We're gonna go start this book. Hey guys, so it's currently about 9 o'clock. I woke up a little bit later than I wanted to. I'm about to eat and start my TBR. Let's get on to getting ready. It is currently a little bit past 11. I do have some updates to give you on my book. I started at chapter 7 this morning, and I'm actually now on chapter 14. So I'm at 105. I've been listening to the audiobook of this while I'm doing my reading journal, just because it gives me something different to do. I'm gonna give you some updates on this real quick though. So we are on page 105. And I'm actually kind of flying through it. The fact that I've listened / read 50 pages is kind of crazy. It's been an hour, so I probably would have read it quicker if I wouldn't have listened to it. But I am doing two things at one time. All we really know is right now that Bridget, runs away back to her home island, and Lucy has to go after her. Basically, she wants her to come to the island with her, so Lucy decides to. But there's a week before Bridget's wedding, so Lucy's kind of trying to figure out why she might have ran away. Every summer, she goes up there either with or without Bridget. Lucy and Felix have feelings kind of towards each other. They're more so trying to act like they don't have feelings with one another because Bridget has this rule. We get the perspective of like the 4 years later, and then the chapter goes to now. We get the background of Lucy's character and how her parents are towards her job. So we get a few things, but there's not a lot. I'm just gonna continue listening to the audiobook of this while I continue doing my reading journal, but I do want to show y'all my reading journal because I think that would be very fun and give me a little bit of time before I get back into it. Okay, so I'm currently doing my series tracker. Here's July. Don't mind the strawberries, I haven't finished these yet. But then here's the TBR part, which I finished The Boyfriend, so that's why it's colored out. So that's what I'm doing currently. Hopefully I will get it done. Yeah, I'm gonna continue doing this as I listen to my audiobook of This Summer Will Be Different, and I will be back and give y'all a little update in just a little bit. Okay, so we are kind of making our way through this book, so I'm glad because I'm making the use of my weekend this weekend for sure. But we are on page 203 of this book, so I've been sitting out here for like an hour and a half, kind of just reading. It's really fast paced right now. The first like 100-ish pages were kind of iffy for me because I just felt like there wasn't very much happening. But now I feel like it's kind of picked up a little bit more. Hopefully I will be about done or finished by the time I come back with my thoughts on this book. But so far so good. I'm going to sit out here and continue reading outside while it's not raining. I actually have almost lost track of what time it is. It's past 5 o'clock, which is absolutely wild. I did my hair, and my hair is a mess. It's still super poofy, so sorry in advance for that. But I'm on 262 of The Summer Will Be Different, and I'm pushing through. I'm just really freaking sleepy. I'm excited to finish this book so I can take a moment to breathe before I pick my next book, because I'm not the type of person that can pick up a book straight after I finish one. I've gotten to the part where, you know, obviously they confess their feelings for one another. I kind of have a feeling Bridget won't even be surprised. I feel like she'll kind of just be like, yeah, I figured, like, type of situation, even though she has those rules. Yeah, we're pretty much almost done, so we're gonna roll. It is currently a little after 6 and I have finally finished The Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I wanted to give you my rating for this book. I am giving this book a 3.5 stars out of 5. I did really enjoy this book. It was a very fast-paced read for me. This was my first Carly Fortune book, and I actually really enjoyed my time with it. It was very quick and easy to read. I just truly am not really attached to the characters. I kind of felt like the chemistry, it's there for Lucy and Felix. I feel like it's more on physical attraction than seeing their personalities, and it kind of just kept on and kept on every summer. But other than that, I really truly enjoyed this book. I would recommend it, and yeah, that's my rating for this book, and I'm ready to get into a different book already, to be honest. I know that I just finished it, but I'm gonna give myself a little bit of time to get up, take some steps, and then I'm going to decide and pick out my next book from my physical TBR. I'm still drinking the same Alani, by the way, guys. Our next book that we're gonna be starting from my physical TBR is Gallant, I'm pretty sure is how you say that, by V.E. Schwab. Now this is a young adult fantasy, and I'm really excited for this. Honestly, I have had this book for, can't even tell you how long, but I saw it on my shelf and I'm like, you know what, we're gonna start this. I wanted a fantasy and I think this will be good. I haven't read a fantasy in a long time, so I'm really hoping I stick to this one and I actually kind of like it. Hi guys, so it is the next day and I am still reading Gallant. I did notice that I was saying the name of this book wrong, so I'm very sorry for that. I do know what the book is called now. It's 5 o'clock. I have not done much reading today, I'm gonna be honest. My head has been hurting a little bit today, so I've not been able to read very much, but I am currently on chapter 12, page 120. So we're getting somewhere. Basically, this book follows a girl named Olivia. Her dad has passed away and her mom has disappeared in Gallant. It's just a really fun, fascinating story about how they can see these ghouls. I am enjoying it. I think it's a really cool concept. I've not been able to really read any of the actual physical book because I've been mainly listening to it on my audiobook and reading it on my Kindle. But now we're gonna sit down and read the actual physical book of it. I have finished Gallant by V.E. Schwab. I finished this actually yesterday. I loved the characters. It was really good. I gave it a 4 star. I do like her writing style and just the way it's so easy to understand what she's writing about. How it ended, I didn't like the way it ended for sure, just because it was really rushed, I feel like. If you hear any noise in the background, it is my dog because she's playing with her toys. Okay, so now that it is the next day that I finished Gallant, I am actually going to pick up another book. We are starting a novel love story by Ashley Poston. It is currently really late. I did a lot today. I did my reading journal and I'm actually obsessed with it. I need to show you that as well because I'm not quite done. I have like one more spread, I think. I've got to figure out what to do with one of these pages, so I'll show you after I get done with it. This story follows Elsie, and she loves to read books and she is in a book club. She's been set on going to her book club's annual retreat. Her car breaks down unexpectedly on the way there, and she finds out she's actually stranded in one of her favorite books' towns that it takes place in. And I think that that's such a cool concept. I've never read anything like that, and I think Ashley Poston does it so well, where I'm finding new things to read about in her books, and I absolutely love it because I loved the 7-Year Slip by her. So I'm really hoping that I love the rest of her books, because right now she's an auto-buy author for me. Like, I read the 7-Year Slip and I bought this one, The Dead Romantics, and Sounds Like Love, and I just bought her new one. I don't remember what it's called, so I'm really hoping this lives up to what I'm expecting it to. She meets a boy in the hometown that she finds that she is not really familiar of, like in the storyline, and he is not really wanting her to finish this book because she is trying to find an ending to the book. I'm really excited for this. I love her writing. But yeah, we are gonna start a novel love story by Ashley Poston, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited to give y'all updates of how I feel about this book. Okay guys, so I think it's been a few days, honestly, since I picked up the vlog camera, because yesterday was the 1st of August. I listened to a lot of the audiobook because I was fixing my reading journal for the month of August. I've only read a little bit today. I've been doing so good. I am on chapter 16, page 149. I love it so far. I'm still so obsessed with her writing. So far, Elsie, she's still trapped in the town of her favorite book's town. And she met Anders. Anders and her are not really getting along very well. She's also trying to figure out where Anders plays a part in this, if he's in like the start of the new books or whatever, because she doesn't remember him being in the other books. We haven't really gotten much besides the fact that Anders is grumpy all the time. They still don't really get along. I wouldn't even say they're enemies, they're just still, like, I don't know, because I don't think they're enemies. They don't feel like enemies. And I'm honestly flying through it more than I thought I would. I mean, I haven't read a lot today, but I don't think I've updated y'all at all on this book so far. So we are about the halfway point, I think, and hopefully get to at least page 200 by tonight. Hi guys, so good morning. Sorry if I look like a total mess. So I'm trying to make me a coffee right now, so I'm gonna make a brown sugar latte. Come make my coffee with me. I'm currently on page 194, if I remember correctly. I've been listening to the audiobook and I can't ever remember where I'm at, but I think I'm still on chapter 21, so, but I did start another book yesterday, so I'm actually in the middle of 2 books. Oops. I'm over halfway of the novel love story. I have a little bit of time before work this morning, so I just wanted to go ahead and get some reading done before I had to work. The main character, Elsie, I like her character. She's not like a bad character by any means. Anders, I don't really like him. I'm not vibing with the MMC. I just don't really like him. I don't know, just something about his like personality. It's not a big personality. I just feel like he's very dry of a character, which sounds so bad, but I'm hoping that his personality would come out more later. Things are starting to change around the town that normally don't happen, and Anders is kind of like confused, and I mean so is Elsie, but like she doesn't know how the town is supposed to really be with like the weather, so she doesn't really quite understand, but Anders does, and he's kind of confused. And maybe the story will come to an end, and a good end, with the help of Elsie, so we shall see. It's like 2 days later, and I'm almost actually done with this book. I should be done with it by now. I was gonna try to finish it yesterday, but I have like 55-ish pages left of this book, in between 55 and 60 pages left. And so we're gonna finish it today, and yeah, and then I'll let you know my thoughts. I've just been really busy and crazy. I'm back, and actually I have finished a novel love story by Ashley Poston, and I'm super excited to talk about it a little bit. I literally loved this book so much. I actually gave A Novel Love Story 4.5 stars. I think the last time I updated y'all about it, I was not really feeling the character Anders, our MMC, but I actually ended up really liking him at the end. I know this is a Grumpy Sunshine trope and an enemies to lovers. The enemies to lovers was kind of iffy for me. I didn't think it was too enemies to lovers, but the Grumpy Sunshine trope, I always love a Grumpy Sunshine, but like later they finally kind of open up to each other. Their banter is like really funny and they're still really cute. There is a reason as to why he was closed off that I ended up finding out. I understand why he was like that. I loved the whole being in the town of Aloraton. I really enjoyed the fact that we got to see Elsie pretty much live in the dream of the book that she really enjoys. I'm super happy with how this story ended and how it played out. I did end up crying to this book. I'll insert a clip of me crying. I didn't cry that much, but I think it was also because of the music that I was listening to. It made me cry a lot more than it should have. She finally found what she wanted to do with her life. It was with the help of, you know, going to that town, meeting Anders, like all that. She kind of understood what she wanted to do. And the only thing that I didn't like about this book, I will say, is the fact of the repeated dialogue. It wouldn't be such a big deal normally to have repeated dialogue, but the fact that it was like all the time. She had explained how Anders smelt. It was like an aftershave. Every time that Elsie was describing him, it was always with the aftershave. And it was also a thing of his eyes as well. It was always minty green eyes. It makes you kind of feel like out of the loop with the story and just kind of feel bored because the same dialogue is getting repeated. I had a great time reading this book. It was beautiful. She has such magical storylines and I'm here for it. I'm hoping that her other books are really good as well. But this book was definitely pretty good. I definitely would recommend it to anybody who wants a fast-paced read, who likes Ashley Poston's 7-Year Slip. I'm so glad that I actually finished 3 books on my physical TBR during this video. I'm so glad because I needed to do that. This video honestly helped that a lot. So I'm hoping that I continue doing that as well. I enjoyed pretty much all the books I read in this vlog. I had a really fun time. They were all above 3.5 stars, so what can I say? I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!